Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you've guessed from the title, I want to talk about all the books that I read in September. I read a total of 12 books and I'm going to talk about them and tell you what I thought about them. And I'm going to try and do this quick without a lot of yapping. I'm going to try. First book I read this month was The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This book follows a girl who, when she was really young, she goes to this summer camp and her three roommates at this camp mysteriously disappear one night and nobody knows like where they are. They can't find them, and I think they're eventually just presumed dead. And now, like years and years and years later, she gets this opportunity to go back to the camp, and she goes there, and then she decides that she wants to find out what really happened to them and kind of like retrace her footsteps from that night and try to see if she can find out what happened to them. I get this book 2 stars. I found the end quite predictable and I don't know, it just kind of like dragged through the middle. So yeah, not my favorite. The next thing I read was Middle of the Night, also by Riley Sager. This one was slightly better. I gave this, I think, 2.5 stars. This follows a man who, again, when he was quite younger, he had like a sleepover with his neighbor who was like his best friend at that time. And in the middle of the night, he literally disappears from their tent. And now many years later, he's back again in this small town and where he grew up, and he lives in the same house, and mysterious things start happening which makes him wonder what really happened to him all those many years ago. So yeah, it's just him like trying to figure out what happened to him, kind of like the same lines as the first book. Also found the ending quite predictable. I mean, both these books, I feel like I didn't get like an oh my god moment. You know, when you read like a thriller, you have like a oh my god. Yeah, that didn't happen to me, so I didn't really like it. I've read Long Before the Only One Left, also by the same author, and I really like that one. So if you guys have any recommendations of any books by Riley Sager that you really liked, please leave them in the comments below and I would love to check them out. Then I read The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. This is, I think, the third book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. There are a bunch of like novellas in between. I haven't read those yet. How the series goes is, I think the first 2 books are like connected, like they follow the same couple, and now I'm reading the third book, which I think the third and the fourth book follow the same couple. So it's kind of like duologies more than like a series. I mean, I wouldn't recommend you read only this book without reading the first and the second book, because there are kind of pieces from that, and honestly I really enjoyed the first 2 books like so much. That's why I picked up this one in the first place. So this book follows RFMC Miche, I think that's how you say her name. She is the best friend of the MMC from the first 2 books. She is kind of asked to go to the underworld with like the ruler of the underworld, and they have to like get through many levels to basically complete a quest of sorts. It's really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I gave it like 4 stars. I don't want to tell you too much because I also feel like you need to read the first 2 books to like know what exactly is going on in this book, and I don't want to give away too much. Next, I read Training the Heart by Paisley Hope, which is the second book in the Silver Pine series. I really enjoyed this book. I also get this book 4 stars. I liked it better than the first book. So this whole series follows the siblings that live in Silver Pines Ranch. So I think this one is the eldest brother. He takes care of the ranch and everything, and he hires a horse trainer who is our FMC, and it's just like both of them working together and stuff. So you have a little bit of employer kind of trope. You also have like Grumpy Sunshine. He's very grumpy. Forced proximity, one bed trope. It's really cute. It was a really fun read, and I read this in like under 24 hours. Then I read Hot for Teacher by Stephanie Rennie. I actually got an arc to this book and I really liked it. I've never read anything by this author before, and it was so cute. This whole book felt like a big warm hug of sorts. Also gave me a little bit of Gilmore Girl vibes because it's about a single mom and she falls for her daughter's teacher. So it's really cute. The relationship between the mom and the daughter is like super Gilmore Girls. They have really like cute banter. It's really nice. Even her relationship with the teacher, the main MMC, is also like super cute. They have really funny banter. The spice is nice. It's just altogether, it was such a feel good book. There was no big third act breakup of sorts. It was just really nice and everything was good. There was no miscommunication. It felt like a really good feel good book. So the next book I read is probably gonna be I don't know, controversial, I guess, because I read Silver Elite by Danny Francis. I rated this book 3.5 stars, and to be honest, I'm still confused about it. I don't know how I feel about this book. I had a lot of thoughts while reading this book. Like, I actually really enjoyed the plot. I thought the plot was really well written, and I was very interested on what's gonna happen next. Like, it just kept me like interested to read more. But at the same time, I actually did not like any of the characters. Like, most of the characters really annoying, to be honest. Like, I found Ren, the FMC, very annoying with just the way she thought and the way she did things. The main MMC Cross, like, he was good. Like, I mean, I didn't find too much wrong with him, but the whole problem for me was I found their romance not believable, if I can say that. Like, I didn't understand. Like, 2 seconds ago you hated each other. I understand enemies to lovers, but I feel like there was no, I don't know, like, maybe yearning, is that what was missing? Because they just, like, they hated each other and then they were like making out. Like, I don't get it. Like, there was no, and I really do like enemies to lovers. I've read a lot of books which are enemies to lovers. I just felt like this was not my favorite. If anything, my favorite character out of this whole book was Kane. That was the FMC's friend. Like, I really loved him. He was funny, gave me Riddock vibes from Fourth Wing. But yeah, he was really nice. I don't know, I'm just like still very confused about it, and I will definitely read the next book because I want to know how the story progresses. And I don't know, I just feel like maybe these characters get better, there's growth and stuff, so maybe they get better. I don't know, but it's just, yeah, I felt like the romance was kind of lacking. For romantasy, I kind of expected more from the romance department. Then I read this book called Tone by Carrie Cole. I did not know anything about this book. I saw it at my library and I just picked it up because the back looked good. This book is an age gap romance. It follows this girl who falls in love with her dad's best friend. So definitely age gap, but it's a very different book. Like, they've grown up together, but it's not weird at all. The yearning in this book was insane. I think this was one of the best like age gap romances I have ever read. I gave this book 4 stars. I actually really enjoyed this book. It was so well written, and like the way that they love each other and their relationship and how it changes, it was just really nice. It took me by surprise. I did not expect to like this book as much as I did. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this book, and if you like age gap romances, I would definitely say give it a go. I don't know why it's not talked about more, or if it is, I don't know, maybe I'm not on that part of the internet where I've seen it. Next, I read Runaway Love by Melanie Harlow. This was my first ever Melanie Harlow book, and I actually really enjoyed it. I love the way she writes. It's so quick and fast-paced and like completely bingeable. I read this in under 24 hours. This was only like 300 pages or so. It's very cute. It's a small town romance. It's a single dad romance. She's his nanny to his like kids. And yeah, I get this 4 stars. I think there are a lot of 4 stars in this video, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Next, I read Hideaway Heart by Melanie Harlow, which is the second book in the same series. This is the Cherry Tree Harbor series. This was also really cute. I gave this 4 stars too. This is kind of like a bodyguard romance where she is a country music star and he is her personal security. It's forced proximity. Also a very quick read, and I finished this also in less than 24 hours. And I read Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, and oh my god, I cannot believe I put this book off for so long. I love this one so much. I gave this 4.5 stars. The only reason I removed 0.5 stars, I think, is because I didn't like the ending in a way that I felt like it was very rushed. Like, in one chapter they kind of solved all their problems and wrapped it up really neatly. I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more, but other than that, I really love this book. So this basically follows our FMC who enrolls into this competition of sorts, which is to go into the manor. That's the Phantasma Manor, which is like a cursed manor where you have to complete a lot of levels to emerge the winner, and if you win, you get like a wish granted to you. There are devils in this book. There are a lot of like paranormal beings. The MMC is a phantom, so that was really interesting too. And I think this book is like perfect for this time of the year, like a nice fall Halloween read. I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to read the next one. I read Wild Card by Elsie Silver, and oh my god, this book, I think this is the only 5-star read I had in September. I loved this book so much. I wanted to live inside this book. This was the final book in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver, and I think this is my new favorite Elsie Silver book ever. Like, I have read the Chestnut Springs series and the Rose Hill series, and I think this is my favorite now. I really enjoyed both these characters. This is an ex-boyfriend's dad romance, so that was really interesting to read too. I loved Gwen, our FMC. Bash was also a really nice, well-written like character. He's a firefighter, and oh my god, like, come on. I also really loved Clyde. I think Clyde deserves a book on his own because that man is hilarious. But all in all, yeah, I really enjoyed this book. The last book I read was The Maidens. Also did not really like this book that much. I gave this 3 stars. I clearly do not have a good thriller reading month. This follows our FMC, who's a group therapist, and one day like a girl turns up dead at Cambridge University where she used to study, and she believes that one of the professors there is the one responsible for it. So she goes back to the university to try and uncover what's happening and things like that. And yeah, it was a good book, but it was not that great. Like, again, I did not have my oh my god moment at the end or anything like that. I actually really liked Silent Patient by the same author, which is why I picked this book up, because Silent Patient was like an amazing thriller for me. Like, I love that. I still like think about that book so much. So yeah, that's why I picked this up. But I don't know, this one was not great for me. Yeah, that's all I read this month. If you guys read anything that you really enjoyed this month, or you have any recommendations for this season or fall or Halloween related books, please drop them in the comments below. I would love to know. Maybe I can pick it up if I haven't read it already. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.